Group number 3?
Yeah, number 3. Can you start now?
Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Have you ever struggled to drive through the road because there are cars blocking 2/3 of the road? Have you ever drove for 10 minutes but spent half an hour to find a parking space? If your answer is yes, then we're here to solve your problem. Hello everyone, we are A to the power of 4.
I'm Juliana. I'm Christina. I'm Olivia.
And I'm Flora, and I'm here to present you to Rent Me. So this is our logo created by Juliana.
Rent Me is an app that allows users with private parking lots to lend their citizens who are struggling to park their cars. Imagine you will drive out from the parking space every morning from 8 to 4 in the afternoon. Why not make some money during this time? Simply publish your parking lot's location and the timeline. It will be available using Rent Me. You can make a maximum of 40 yuan per day. How do we do this?
First, I'm going to introduce you to human resources. As we all know, human labor is one of the 4 factors of production, but we also know that human labor is one of the hardest ones to manage. And as we are starting off a new business, so we'll be choosing employees at the least number, but the most productive. So first one we're choosing is marketing manager. So the marketing manager for us will be Christina because she is one of the 4 founders, and she will be very dedicated and very passionate about her job. So the marketing manager is basically going to contact with advertisement companies. So we're basically giving our advertisements to a company, and Christina will be talking about this later. And also, the marketing manager will be keep track on everything the advertisement companies do. The second one is technology manager. So technology manager will be Olivia because she's really good at technology, and she's also really passionate as she's one of us as well. So the technology manager will have to contact with the app company. So we're also giving our app to the app company so they can make it for us. So because they're more professional. And for initial development, so she'll be leading a group of 2 technicians for future maintenance of the app. So these 2 technicians have to be high skilled and at least graduated from university. The next one is public relations. So Juliana will be in charge of public relations. So we have 18 young, passionate people that's good at communication to negotiate cooperations with compounds. So there will be 2 leaders in the 18 young, passionate people, so they can motivate the workers better, and they can sign the small scale contract for us. But these we have to confirm these contracts as well. This is accountant, and the accountant have to be keeping track of the money. We all know this is a very important job, so we have to find someone that's super responsible. The next one is service. So I will be the service manager, and I'm going to be in charge of the call service group. So we'll basically have 1 call service at the beginning, but we'll expand as our company gets bigger. So we'll put a phone number on the app, and if they have any questions or concerns, they can call us, and our call service will be able to answer the questions. So the 4 of us will have to train the call service because so the call service knows everything about our firm, and he or she will be able to answer every question the users ask. So there will also be an IE. Because I think this is important. She's coming once a week. I think this is important because she's keeping the office clean and tidy, so it provides a better environment for the employees to work and so they're more comfortable. So here comes the question, why are we a competitive edge at attracting experts? So first, we are the kickstart of the company, and compared to the big companies that are set up for many years already, we have more leadership opportunities. So compared to big firms, they have a stable labor relationship, but then every employee from our firm will have the equal amount of opportunities to leadership. And this is also a new industry, so if they're interested, they are welcome to our firm. So why is our team suitable of doing this? Because we are all local Beijingers. We know the feeling of when we get stuck on the road with like 100 cars in front of us, and we know where in Beijing is the most crowded. We know all kinds of stuff, so therefore we have a fully understanding of Beijing, and that's why we are the most suitable group for doing this job.
Next, I am going to talk about the operation of our company. This is about how it will actually work. First of all, we will need to find the potential suppliers that are willing to lend their car spaces to everyone. We will need a group of PR, just as Flora said, 18 young, passionate men or women to spread around the city and target at overcrowded areas. This will include shopping malls, old compounds, office buildings, which all lack enough parking spaces. And they will find the neighborhood compounds that are nearby, and they will contact with the property management to ask for the approval of entry of foreign cars, because these are all private compounds and they might be not very comfortable with foreign cars coming in and out every day. That's why we will need to negotiate, because they will be using our app and entering. Also, we will need to conduct research and questionnaires using probably social media to ask the likelihood of these neighborhoods actually using our app. And our project is heavily based on technology. But why is it good? First of all, it is very compatible with our modern life. How many times do you use your phone every day or check on your internet every day? Our life is based on internet and technology right now. That's why using technology, we can have a larger number of users, and this will be really beneficial to us. And also, we are going to be merging with large social media such as WeChat to further increase the number of users. This will be further elaborated by Christina. Also, we will be using technology on our app development. We will employ professional app designing company. For example, we've researched the Zipingfeng company that will help us to develop the app. The reason we chose not to do it by ourselves is because this company will be more professional and have more experience than us, and therefore they will be able to use the resources more efficiently, and we will gain profit as well.
So I called this place this afternoon, and I think they're really reliable.
And we will also cooperate with large map companies such as Baidu and Gaode, and they will provide the GPS function for us. The reason we will need GPS, I will be talking about it next slide. And technology will be also shown in the user's experience. First of all, our app will have a really clear and straightforward format. Once you enter the app, you will see, you can choose whether if you want to rent the car or lend the car parking lot, of course. And then you will get on with it really easily, and it's really convenient for the users. And the app will also auto-locate the car's location. So once you've decided to park at a specific space, and when your car enters that area, the GPS will immediately tell the app, and the app will start timing. Therefore, you will need to pay the equivalent amount of money to the person who owns the parking lot. Also, they will record the user's safety information, such as their names, their license, and they will also need a picture of the car. This is to increase the safety of the neighborhood, and it is easier to recognize the car with the picture. And also, we are having an idea of introducing the point system. This is when the users use our app consecutively for a period of time, for example, 4 weeks, and we will give them a coupon to go to a specific car washing company, and they will get a free wash for their car. And this is to increase the number of usage. The number of users of our app. And finally, the very reason we've came up with this idea is that we've been facing the problem in Beijing, and This is a solution to the overcrowding and congestion in Beijing, and we are also envisioning to expand our company to more cities that are facing the same problem.
I am in charge of the marketing part of the app. So the brand images we will want to establish are convenience, quick, user-friendly, and space-saving. We are convenient and quick because the users will be able to find the car parking spaces quickly and easily. And for example, if someone works next to a place but they cannot find a place to park their cars, then they will be able to find places to park the cars easily. We are user-friendly because the information on the app are really easy to see and easy to use. We are space-saving because we are using spare car parking spaces. For advertising our product, we will employ advertising a company that will help us create videos and posters. For example, elevators inside TV, the TV inside elevators, some advertisements on the side of the buses, or internet search engines, video websites, or social media. Social media, of course, plays an important role in our product. The customers are going to use WeChat to sign up for the app, which RedMe is tied into. To pay the fee of the renting car space, the renters of the car space can use Alipay, which is one of the most convenient ways to pay without using cash. And this is a screenshot taken from WeChat, where it's powered by third-party operators. As I mentioned in the previous slide, the app RedMe is going to tie into WeChat. So our app will appear here, which is part of the third-party operator. And this is a really quick and convenient way for the users to access our app. We would like to spend 30% of our money and time into advertising our app, because developing our reputation is crucial for our product.
And I'll be talking about the financial part of our business. First is the cost of labor. So these are the salaries for each worker, and it will add up to 1 million annually. There will also be bonus for motivated and productive workers, and this will be 10% of their salaries per year. And for research and development, we just call a company called Ziping, as she earlier mentioned, and the fee will be 500,000. For advertisement, which is the most important part of our business, this will take up 30% of our investment, and this will be 3 million. And we found a company called Ugly. Although our business is highly based on technology, we still need office, and we found a place called Wangjing Soho, where lots of IT corporations are at. And according to our research, the rent will be 33 kwai per square meter per day, and this will add up to about 600,000 a year. And we're going to buy each employee a computer, and this will add up to 130,000. The way of minimizing costs is that we hire professional app development company as well as advertising company. This will increase our efficiency as it takes less time and money than hiring individual employees. And how can we earn our profit? We're going to charge 3 kwai for parking for half an hour and 5 kwai for 1 hour, but we're going to get 10% from every transaction. However, our aiming at the first stage is not to maximize the cost, but to increase popularity as well as numbers of users among Beijing citizens. And we will be having an investor, which is a car washing company, and we will give them 5% of our share, but in return they will provide free services for our users who gain enough points. And now, after watching our well-planned detailed presentation, it's your time to make a difference. We need some financial help, and as angel investment, we need 10 to 15 million RMB and in return we'll give 35% of our company share to you. However, this is negotiable.
Okay, so what are some of our strengths? So first, as we all know, we are entering a new industry, so we have the confidence to dominate this industry. So what are some of our weaknesses? As we are entering a new industry as well, so maybe some of the users and the compound managers, they won't be able to accept this new concept. But I think this will not be a problem after we develop and grow. So some of the potential threats is that we might not be able to earn profit in the first year, but it's fine, we can deal with that. And for the future, we will be expanding our company into other cities in Beijing that's facing the same problem. So more people can have benefits, can be benefited from our app. And as we experience economies of scale and have more profit, we'll also be donating our profit to some of the charities, so we can benefit the society as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well done.
Now we'll be having questions. Just standing.
Do you think having more people parking cars in the city will help sustainability?
I think it's not about parking more, it's about using the spaces that are available right now, because currently lots of people are parking on the side of the road, and that's not the solution. We are finding the solution to find available parking lots and let them just park in those spaces, and we will clear the road.
Yeah, we're just using like the resources that we have already.
But wouldn't it be better if more people were using public transport?
Because we have different kinds of apps and companies doing that already, so we want to do something that makes a difference.
No, it's a good idea. I'm just disputing the sustainability angle. But yeah, that makes sense. In terms of that 10 million, or what was it? 10 to 15 million. I'm not sure your presentation really showed what that would be used for. I might be wrong.
I don't know. Because it was really spread out, so it's really hard to gather the cost. So can you just give us like the general ratio, like how much you're going to spend on what?
Okay, so 30% of the investment will be spent on advertisement, because it's a really important part of our business. And we'll be spending 1 million for the salaries of the workers. However, we want to expand the company, and we need some money to expand, and we're going to operate for several years as well. So,
Research of app.
Yeah, and also we pay the app designing company as well.
Thank you.
And also like the rent in Wangjing Soho, and including the bonus fee for employees as well.
To motivate them.
Yeah, and capitals. I think we have a list of money we're going to spend in PPT.
So I have one main concern. You guys focused a lot on the consumer end, like how you're gonna attract people. But I'm more worried about the individual end. Like I know it makes money, but how can you ensure there are enough people that are gonna be wanting to lend out their space? Because there's gonna be really difficult procedures. Like a lot of the car parking lending places, they have all these cards that have to be used to swipe, and that would create a huge burden on the car parking companies, because if you want to have foreign cars coming in, you have to get the ID card somehow to the new customers, or to have any solutions for example.
Yes, our resolution is that we are sending PRs to negotiate with the neighborhood, and then on our app, once the person who's renting the car has agreed to allow one person to park at his or her space, his phone will get a permission, for example, like a QR code or something, and the neighborhood property management will tell the, for example, guards for the park lot to check the QR code and agree to let the car in.
Yeah, we also think that this is very important, so that's how we have 3 times labor. We have 18 people doing this, but we only have 3 people doing technicians, for example.
And I have another question, because there's a lot of parking slots like near roads, like on the side of the road, they're also legal, like those car parks on the side of the road. What gives you like a competitive advantage against them? Because as you're saying, you suggest people lending their own car parking spots, and sometimes they may be hard to find. It's gonna cause a lot of hassle. Why can't they just park on the side? What gives you the advantage?
I think it's safer because obviously there are guards outside guarding the parking lot. So there's maybe on the roads, if you just park it on the side of the road, there may be a higher chance of other cars just scraping past your car, or you don't know what people are going to do to your car.
And also we said that there's 100 cars in the middle of the street. That's when the parking spaces on the side is not enough. So that's why that's our advantage as well. And also so they pay so they pay less than actually parking at the side of the street.
In terms of your presentation, you spoke very clearly and confidently, which was really good. I think maybe one of the best we've seen in the way that you spoke. It was really good, using your notes and you clearly understood what you were talking about. I think the spirit in the beginning, your little high five or whatever, that made me think, oh, this is a good team, which you don't want to invest in a company where the people aren't getting on. So that looked really good. And your little sort of timed start and your listening to each other speak and smiling and a bit of humor, a bit of a joke every now and again. I thought that was really good. It made you look more relaxed and more confident. In terms of the what could be better, I think we've mentioned this already, but some sort of conclusion slide where you pull the costs together. So these are the costs. This is the predicted profit. You told us how much we would have to put in, but I'm not sure how much, we knew how much we were going to get out. So just the summary of all the facts and figures at the end. And check your time. So
Yeah.
you went over a bit on time. And then focus on the most important things and narrow it down. But otherwise, very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.